Hey there guys, this is Dave from DC On Screen. I just wanted to let you know that DC On Screen is now officially a part of the 11th Annual People's Podcast Awards. If you would like to vote for DC On Screen, go to podcastawards.com, scroll to the bottom, and write us in on the TV and film ballot on the right-hand side. Then, on the left-hand side, put your name, your email address, then submit. Importantly, you can nominate up to 20 shows for different categories, but you could submit the nomination form only one time. Make sure you nominate all your favorite shows in their respective category. Once you hit submit, that's it. You're done for 2016. Can't go back, can't do it again. Settle in now for a brand new episode of DC On Screen. Welcome in to DC On Screen, episode 158. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hey!
Today we are going to get super spoilery on the season 1 finale of Supergirl, episode 120, Better Angels. To recap, this episode picks up where the last episode left off, with Kara in coerced combat with her non-controlled sister Alex. But John brings Alex's mother to talk her out of being brainwashed. And it works. This fuels the belief that Supergirl broadcasting a message of hope and inspiration will stop Myriad, and it works. Everyone is freed of the Myriad mojo, but Non and Indigo decide to amp it up to pop everyone's brains. John effortlessly breaks free of the bonds General Lane placed him in to help Kara. Lucy, as the head of DEO, is on board with that, and Kara goes to everyone saying goodbyes as she, thanks to her deep talk with Max Lord, believes that the only way to stop Non and Indigo may be to sacrifice herself. Kara and John fight Non and Indigo. John rips Indigo in half, and Supergirl eye blasts her uncle to death or blindness. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Kara then flies Fort Rozz in outer space, where she begins to suffocate in the cold of space. We'll get into that in a second. And Alex rescues her by using Kara's own space pod. Afterward, John is reinstated as the head of the DEO. Kat gives Kara a promotion. James gives Kara a kiss and a picture. And everything is so happy and so wonderful. And then some shit falls from the sky. Another Kryptonian pod containing to be continued.
I think the pod contains the season 1 ratings. It's the memo about their possible cancellation notice. I don't know why the show hadn't been renewed yet. I
don't know.
It's weird. Now, I'll say this. Did I love this episode? Yes. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Did it make a whole lot of sense? Certainly not.
Did I love this episode? Not so much. I think this episode... There were some really good things in this episode there were some things in this episode I enjoyed, and I will get to that, but I will say that this is the most, everything that I feel like is wrong with this show, Supergirl, was pretty much in this episode. It was just flaunting all the wrong things like a damn peacock.
No, that's not true. Livewire didn't show up anywhere.
That's true. Livewire did not show up anywhere, but you know who did? Helen
Indigo.
Slater.
Oh, yeah, her. God.
Indigo. Yeah.
Yeah. They're completing for second place standing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So we have Bad Shakespearean Non, we have Indigo, we have Helen Slater. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
So starting out the episode though, fun fight effects. Kind of couldn't figure out why Kara wouldn't just I don't know, freeze Alex's body armor, because I would rather than fight my sister to the death, I would rather give her a little bit of hypothermia. I'm sure they've got a high-tech bath or something back at the DEO. Just fly her back, throw her in a bath.
You're gonna Nora her, aren't you?
Yeah,
getting all Mr. Freeze on it. I understand.
So yeah, I did not buy Helen Slater's speech of hope and love snapping Alex out of it. Her talking about her dad. I don't know. That doesn't work. Scott Madison actually writes to us. Yeah, Scott actually writes to us. The old overcome the unbeatable mental control through the power of family love routine. Never bought it as a kid. Haven't started buying it yet.
Yep.
No, it's not a thing that I buy into, and for whatever reason they felt like they needed to do that twice in this
3
episode.
times.
I just wondered
in the course of this story, because you realize Kat did that last week.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine speeches. Just don't do that. Just don't do that.
Now, yeah, while I didn't buy Kara's speech working, I did get a bit weepy.
Oh, it's a great speech. It's just not supposed to be used as a major plot point.
And before the opening credits, Myriad has failed.
Yeah, that was the I kind of it really wasn't there a moment where you realize you're still seeing credits rolling and Non and Indigo are like, oh my god, our giant plan for the entire season failed.
And I was going, oh, that was your whole plan for the entire okay.
Now you know when it doesn't work, just burn it to the ground, right? So.
And I'm thinking, like, why do the Kryptonians even need Myriad? Don't they have, like, no less than 12 Kryptonians?
Yeah.
I seem to remember a whole bunch of Kryptonians. Not even just aliens from Fort Rozz, because there were a bunch of aliens from Fort Rozz. Maybe if you guys would stop being like freaking Lord Zed and sending one of them at a time after Kara, if you send the whole kit and caboodle after him, including, like, the 12 to 20 Kryptonians you had floating around up there in the sky, surrounding her when she was fighting Astra. I mean, you could have killed Supergirl and taken over the world. I don't understand.
No, and they could have done that instead of the let's just amplify the signal and kill everything. I mean, I guess it's a fine like Plan C. If you're just angry and everything. But at this point, you realize like Clark's out of the game. You get the little nod to his boots back there. He's down.
Right. That's fine.
Martian Manhunter is weakened, and you've just got one Supergirl, and as you said, you've got several Kryptonians. There isn't a better time. And if they were writing the whole thing so that they create that situation and then send everybody in, I'm on board.
Yeah, and they were like, Myriad has been amplified. Everyone has headaches. But
right.
Yeah, I laughed, though, when they said Myriad has been amplified, and Helen Slater stands up and goes, Myriad has been amplified? To what end? It was a poor delivery of that line.
That's as good as she gets, Dave.
And I'm like, you guys really needed her to do something, because I think it was pretty well understood that Myriad would be amplified to either control or kill everyone.
Right.
So, I mean,
you could give her something smart to say instead. Just actually let her say to what end instead of asking the group. No, didn't do that. Didn't do that.
What, and also when Kara's saying her goodbyes and she tells James, maybe there's a reason we're always interrupted. Like, we don't belong together. I'm like, no, that's not what this was about. This was about you sacrificing yourself because you were supposed to be a good person. This isn't a we were never meant to be together because we always get interrupted thing. Like, no, that's a cop out.
That part didn't bother me. And by the way, I was happy about this though. I mentioned before that if he doesn't remember that they kissed, they're in trouble because she does not have the sack to do that again. So yeah, I was happy he actually remembered, and I seemed pretty into it. I would say.
I did love that John could get out of the cuffs at any time.
The little
that was always,
I got it.
Always fun.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
And
by the way, General Lane has learned fucking nothing. Like,
no.
Last episode, he's all Supergirl. You're all we have. Please help us. This episode, right back to form.
Like, this guy is a GD alien.
Right.
But I'm gonna have him under lock and key.
Right.
He's all like, stop pushing everyone away like you pushed Lois away.
He's got the dynamic range of like an Andy Griffith character, man.
Oh, no.
The weekly bad guys. Not talking about the recurring.
No, even the weekly bad guys were good. They were well-worn and loved friends.
We'll let you defend that premise another day.
Yeah, at least pick up like a bad show, like F Troop or some shit, man. Come on.
F Troop was pretty fun too. It's classic TV, man.
Oh, and Andy Griffith isn't? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, while we're on General Lane, like, he knows where Fort Rozz is the whole time. WTF, Lane. WTF.
Well, you have to understand, it was classified. You're drunk right now, aren't you, Lane? You're drunk right now. Damn aliens. Glug, glug.
You reek of scotch and fear, General.
Oh.
But the flight looked a lot better this episode.
Yeah?
I thought it did.
I don't remember it.
Throughout the series, though, it's been one of those things that they haven't quite nailed, you know? I mean, flight's hard. Flight's hard to do. It looks weird to see a human doing that. It's hard to make it believable. Mm-hmm. Especially this day and age. I mean, it was different back in the, like, you know, You'll Believe a Man Can Fly, Christopher Reeve's days, but that was new and exciting and used real effects. Now we're in a time where it's just hard to get CGI right. But
yeah,
I thought they did a pretty good. They stepped it up a little bit this episode. It looked better. No. I'm really not sure anyone in all of TV and movies has completely cracked the code on that yet.
No, it's just it's hard to do, man.
Yep.
So Non explains that hit the Kryptonian army, and I was like, okay, yeah, I thought there was a Kryptonian army. Mm-hmm. He explains that they're already in their sleeping pods. Well, that's poor planning.
You made a poor decision.
That was a poor decision, and also, you know what? I'm going with it. And Indigo's like, it's like Noah after the flood, only without Noah or you. Mm-hmm. Please let her die, please.
Yeah,
please.
I don't know why ripping her in half actually matters for somebody who can, you know, transmit themselves through computers. I don't know why it would matter.
Computer screens, yeah, she can like pixelate and trans.
Yeah, she kind of like max headrooms in and out of computers whenever she wants to.
And I'm pretty sure I saw her ripped in two somewhere along the way, like, or a limb pulled off, and she like.
I'm not sure why it killed her, and I don't care as long as it did.
Yeah, I mean, it bothers me that I don't know why.
It just didn't bother me that it happened, and it was actually fun to watch Manhunter do it.
Yeah,
shot looked
he got
good.
shanked again.
Yep. You know the Martian's greatest weaknesses: fire and shanking.
So am I okay? I remember that Superman had a spacesuit for when he went in Superman the Animated Series. He had a spacesuit for when he went into outer space on deep space missions.
Yeah.
Not sure why, but you know, I've got that imagery of Superman flying out of the Earth, you know, and smiling at the camera. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It seems like if there's a sun nearby, if our sun is nearby, he should be able to do that. Well, and I don't understand why Supergirl is freezing to death with the sun blasting in her face.
Like Kingdom Come, for instance, they make a whole scene out of him and Wonder Woman are kind of hanging out on like an asteroid, skipping rocks. Mm-hmm. It's delightful. But they make a point of saying, like, she has to have an oxygen mask. She has to have a breathing device, and he doesn't. And they make a point out of it there that over the years, he's finally accumulated so much solar energy that he doesn't even need breath anymore. He doesn't actually have to breathe anymore. But by doing that, they point out that at once upon a time, space would have been a real issue for him. Like, he really isn't that strong yet. So, I mean, it's not unprecedented, is all I'm saying. But,
okay.
Then,
well, see, you know, like the Superman, Supergirl powers.
Yeah.
They've varied over the years,
and
depending on whether they were post-crisis, pre-crisis, you know, where they were in the, you know, the ages, golden age, silver age, whatever.
Yeah.
They vary. I understand depowering the Kryptonians because otherwise it gets boring.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not necessarily against it. I just, you know, always a little confused as to what they can do.
Yeah.
I guess, you know.
Yeah, and I think as we pointed out before, if you ever want to have some fun, just head to Google and type in, like, top 10 ridiculous Superman powers. Right. It's hilarious.
And, you know.
And they come and go.
Maybe they should have coordinated their ideas about what Supergirl can do a little better, since I just watched Man of Steel, and he got nuked in outer space and was okay.
Yeah, different world, man. Different worlds.
Not Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, sorry.
Yeah, Man of Steel 2, I guess. It really was meant to be that, by the way. It was originally what we were going to be watching.
Yeah, pretty much.
Years ago. And there are things, like, all right, Alex actually says, hey, you won't have any thrust. Okay, all right. Well, at least we've got a ground rule here. We've got we know what we're working with. That's why you can't fly. Right. You can't get thrust when you're far. I guess when you're too far away from gravity. Okay, I mean, sure.
Makes sense to me.
It makes sense in theory. At least the show took a second to give me a quick playbook.
Right.
You know, I liked the line, "You're not the only badass in the family."
Mm-hmm. I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah. No, Alex saves her and she wakes up and.
Yeah. How did she save her? Like, when did she learn to fly that Kryptonian pod?
I don't know. Quick study, that one.
I mean, I guess while she was at the EO, I don't know.
I mean, it's presumably simple enough that a Kryptonian child could have used it. Maybe an adult human can pull it off pretty quickly. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I got all uppity.
I think of it like a video game. You give me the average video game, I can fly the whatever thing in it in a few minutes. Hopefully it's that simple.
Yeah. I got all uppity. I was like, how long does it take to fly a shuttle to the Garmin line? And I looked it up and it's like 4 minutes. Okay, we're good.
Oh.
Like, well done, science show. Well done, science. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Right? Actually, and I even liked the pod coming back into usefulness. Just they've actually made it useful a couple times in this last couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
She manages to hit the little thrusters on it and repel. Was it Maxima she was fighting at the time?
Something like that, yeah.
Just announcing, hey, remember we had this pod?
Yeah, smoking gun.
Hey, buddy.
So, Kat promoted Kara, and I kind of loved it.
I did too.
She remembered her name, which made me cry.
Yep, it actually did. I winced. I winced when she said Kara.
Like it was like building. Yeah. I was percolating on tears, and then she called her Kara, and they fell. They were like,
it was too much. It was finally too much.
So that's. You know what? That's proof that, even though certain elements of this show I will get mad at and hate, like I'm still wrapped up in this thing like a child or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
The thing has heart and spades.
And she can take a few weeks and figure out what she wants to do. I want this job.
Yeah, seriously. And I like how she pitched it too. It was like, look, you've spent a few years being the perfect assistant and all that stuff. It's like, job one, find me a replacement. But she just gives her this blank slate, which, by the way, great imagery because she literally puts her in a giant white room. It's just a blank slate job. Like, you figure out what you can do to make everything better here, and I trust you'll be able to do that. All right.
Maybe one day you'll earn a window.
Right.
But for now, she's got an office where she can do stuff with James naked.
I mean, sure can't in James's office.
That.
James's office is a tad exposed.
You know what would have been cool, though? And I'm not knocking the show, but it should have just been that office they've been using to do the Supergirl stuff. Like, that would have been like the David E. Kelly move.
No, because the way that would have happened is the Supergirl stuff's still in there, and she would have carried her little box of things and walked in, and she's given her the speech about, well, I'm going to give you a promotion to... Opens the door. Kira, what's all this? You just called me Kara. Yeah, Kira, what's all this? So we kind of set up a whole bunch of stuff, and then she just like takes the box back to the desk. You've been lying to me all these years.
No. The perfect thing to have done would be to take her to that. She's like, takes her to that office. Like, Kara's like, oh crap, she's figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
She walks in. She's like, this is your new office. I was like, what? She's like, you seem to like it in here. Throw in a couple lines and like a knowing glance. Like, I know you're Supergirl.
Right.
Shut the hell up. Get over there and do something. I don't know. You're good. Give her the same speech.
Yeah, it could work.
Like, I'll let you figure out what to do with this office, unless you want me to clear all this stuff out. No, Miss Grant. That would be fine. This is fine the way it is.
This is good.
Is it now?
She just walks away. Tell me when you need Win and James.
Yeah, dude, that would be perfect.
No, she'll walk away, but she'll still pronounce their names badly.
Mm-hmm. Last thing I have written down here. What's in the pod?
Right. A big thing they did here when they were wrapping up. One, I like the fact that not only is Hank back in charge of the DEO, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think Lucy had much of a fighting chance here. She kind of came in while the season was ending and the big stuff was happening. So, but her tenure doesn't look great on paper. Not her fault.
I honestly was hoping she would stay the head of the DEO.
I wouldn't mind. But the thing I do like about it, whether he came back as head or whether he came back as her assistant, for all I care, he's coming back as John Jones. Like, he's... Mm-hmm. They all know he's a shapeshifter and a Martian and all that crap. We're good here. Hop on board. And they say, no more secrets. Secrets protect no one. I think he's the one that says that. Can't remember actually at this point.
But importantly, I'm pretty sure she's still the head of the DEO. Like, they're both the head of the DEO. Because he has that whole speech about, like, doing it together or whatever.
Yeah, but I gathered that was more of a consolation thing. They had some kind of look between him that made it look like that really was a demotion for her. I don't know. Either way, the line about secrets protect no one. I hope the rest of the Berlantiverse writers have watched this episode.
They've already got, Felicity and Oliver get back together, and then Oliver lies to her again. They've already got it written out for next season. They're like, this is going to be great. They'll never get this. Oh, shut up, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Stop.
How are you going to throw us off? This time, Diggle's going to say to tell the truth.
Yeah, this episode really, Kat, promoted Kara. She said her name, and then they ruined it with Charlie Puth.
And apparently next season...
Superman got nothing on you, buddy. Superman got nothing on you. So you moron.
If we get another season, I guess finding Papa Danvers is going to be the priority?
It looks like it, yeah.
It sounded like at this aggressively cute dinner they were at.
Yeah. Where Mama Danvers still cannot, for the life of her, emote.
No. She's still trying to hand me a sandwich, man.
I don't know if you noticed, she does this thing where she's saying lines where she like moves her hand up and forward in like a jerking off motion.
I have not.
And I know it's just because it's like a very rigid jerking off motion, but it's not. I know it's just because she's trying to get through her lines, and that's her her tick. Like some people have a tick for when they're like reciting lines. Yeah. Because she's not believing the lines she's saying; she's reciting them. That's as far as she's ever gotten in the acting game.
It seems like it.
It's real distracting for me. Like, not only are you wooden, but you're doing that thing with your hand.
Stop moving. Just stop.
So Scott Madison, our buddy Scott from simplysyndicated.com, talks about the Omega Hedron, which I did not even notice. I didn't recognize. I was just like, yeah, okay, that's a thing.
Yeah.
And he points out that it's the MacGuffin from the Helen Slater Supergirl movie.
Yeah. I mean, I saw its purpose in this episode, but I didn't know its backstory.
Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Apparently, he was brave enough to have watched the Helen Slater Supergirl series.
Here's the thing.
I've never found that.
I saw the Helen Slater Supergirl movie, and I'll put it to you this way. It was when I was young enough to not realize that Helen Slater was a bad actress.
So you're about 3, 4
max?
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was after 6, but I'd say before 10,
So who or what do you think's in that pod? Just take a guess.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be something lame like Streaky the Super Cat or something.
Honest to God, and I told somebody this the other day. If for some reason it's crypto in that pod, I won't have to actually record a podcast. The feelings around the nation will be heard. I will yell so loud for joy that no one will question whether I'm on board with this.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if my heart can handle that much delight. I really don't.
I'll tell you this. I kind of like Scott's theory, but I don't think it's true. He says the Kryptonian pod contains the Supergirl that was intended for CW Earth, but crossed over to CBS Earth. Crossing her back to CW Verse will allow Flash and or Legends to introduce Power Girl.
Yep. That'd be awesome.
I like his theory. I don't think it's true.
I don't think it'll happen, but yeah, I do like it.
The most realistic theory, I think it's her mother.
I think it's Mama L. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do.
Now, I will say this, though.
And that was my first thought, too.
Writers have said they don't know. The Supergirl writers don't know. They don't even know if they're getting renewed. So.
Right. And I think they probably, if they knew they were getting renewed, I think they might have told us what was in that box, honestly.
Maybe. That may be true.
Because if you leave it on a cliffhanger like that, you haven't promised anything that you're not giving back. Like, if they open up the pod and it is her mom, and then the show gets canceled, well, damn it. If the show got canceled right now, it is kind of a full story. I mean, they could walk away from this. Kind of.
I mean, if they get canceled, they can, in the universe, bring the whole kit and caboodle over to the Flash universe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping like a Constantine kind of thing gets pulled. Mm-hmm. Even if it does happen. Because it'll be Flash, too, I think, that did it, if anyone.
Probably, yeah.
you got to think there's going to be a moment where Flash tells Cisco, hey, so now that you're basically a breacher, I need to talk to you about some girl. We're going to need her. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't she help with this whole Zoom thing?
Mm-hmm. Freeze him, Kara. Freeze him.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But I thought it was an okay finale. It was not a great episode in a lot of ways, but I do feel like
it didn't make a ton of sense, but I really enjoyed it.
It didn't make a ton of sense. There was some really wooden acting. Like I said, I think, this is an episode. It points out all the things that are really wrong with the show on the whole.
Also managed to do the stuff that they're doing really well. They did really well.
Yeah, which was conflicting for me. It's like I seriously was. I'm sitting there like halfway annoyed, halfway just like verklempt.
Right.
Like oh no, talk amongst yourselves.
1 minute you're crying because Supergirl's giving a rousing speech that touches the soul of who you are as a person, and the next time you're just crying because Helen Slater walked back on screen.
Yeah, or that the intended effect of the speech actually worked, and for some reason everyone's okay now.
Right. I just see you weeping back there. That's a great speech. Why did it work, though?
Why is it working? No, don't give me that stupid techno babble, Max. You ass. You're not Geordie LaForge.
Now, I do want to point that out in defense of the main turning plot point in the early part of the episode that we're so not okay with. He actually does give you even a neurological basis for why it's supposed to work. He literally comes out and he literally pops his head out and goes like, cerebellum and something else. I can't remember which ones he said. And I doubt they were right because I don't think there's a hope center of the brain, but whatever.
It sounded good, though.
I've literally studied the areas of this thing, and at no point did hope show up. But, hey, great.
Right.
Yeah.
The hopal lobe.
The hopal lobe, yeah. That's what she gave. That's what she gave Non, a hopectomy. Mm-hmm. That's the laser version of a hopectomy.
Yeah. Scott pointed out it was dumb too. Like, all they really got to do is like throw up an arm and shoot the other one in the knee or something. I mean, their like laser eye fight, heat vision fight. I don't know, it's kind of dumb. And I'm like, why isn't John helping her? Like, he should just be like shooting heat vision at Non as well.
That's the thing, though, is like you block an arm, and you look at their knee or something like that. Here's my headcanon, though. The eyes, where the lasers are going out, is the only place they can go into. You can't laser another Kryptonian unless you get him in the eyes.
Yeah.
I've just assumed that's what's been going on.
I guess. I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
It'll
be
play.
Going for the crotch because you can hit me in the arm and I'll be okay.
But, not a Kryptonian crotch, my friend.
Why not?
Crotch with a K.
I would assume they'd be a little more sensitive than. Screw what's in the pod. I want to see that episode with Kara and James. Just James hospitalized.
It's a real possibility. This is like you're talking about like if Kevin Smith gets to direct an episode of Supergirl.
Well, she's so clumsy. I kind of have
actually though not when she's in the costume, so they're just gonna have to stick to cosplay. I think for him to be safe. She's graceful when she's actually Supergirl. When she gets to be Kara, she just kind of
right
loses that. Yeah, she's the most awkward creature on the planet most of the time when she's Kara.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I don't know. I think I'm done with this episode. I'm done talking about it. You got anything else, Saul?
No. I think we're done talking about Supergirl for either forever or till the fall.
Yeah, until the fall or forever. I don't know.
If it is forever, we've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's been a good run.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it for the most part, yeah. And there's no karaoke bar. I just want to point that out.
God, I owe the universe
the entire
$1.
First season with it.
Like, Barry's already sung in season 1, I think. Lucifer's sung 3 times. They didn't let Melissa sing.
It's a damn shame. And she was on Glee.
I know. That's why I was so sure it happened. I was pretty sure they weren't going to leave her voice just hanging out there. But in a way, I respect it.
Another way,
I tried to make them predictable, and they told me to fuck myself.
How dare you, CBS?
Deprive the world of this voice.
Thank you for listening to DC on Screen. You can find every episode on DCOnscreen.com. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever pods are caught. We are proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Check out the Myriad. See what I did there?
Yep.
Other shows on the network, including our sister show, the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, hosted by our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall. Our next episode will be reviewing Gotham 218, Pinewood. Until then, keep some DC on your screen.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.